You're watching PEGRI TV, Rhode Island's public access channel.
Salam. Sheikh Abu Hakim Abdullah, President Chairman of Masjid Sharia Law, AMSA, a non-profit religious organization operating in the state of Rhode Island, USA. I know I've been trying to tell you to get together, to come together as one body and all that, to practice your deen and everything else. One of the reasons I'm trying to tell you that, one of the main reasons I'm trying to tell you that, is because we must keep Islam pure. We must keep it from becoming, like everything else in this world, a tool of Satan, one way or another. And the only way we're going to do that is if we stop this foolishness that we're doing and go back to what Allah said to do. And go back to the original Islam. And put a hold on those that wish to change it and make it what it's not. And the only way we can do that is to come together as one body, one complete body. Not a whole bunch of different people, but one complete body. And that means to go back to breaking up the sects, going to killing the sects, and calling ourselves Muslims. And what's said to belong to the orthodox set of Allah. The one set of Allah, Muslim, Mu'min, Mujahid, whatever, but not all these different little groups. Because each one of them groups want to put their own thing in there. And we can't deal with that. And another reason is because we're breaking up the Islam into pieces. And we're going to have to defend it, what we're breaking up. And we're going to come into battle with each other about what's right and what's wrong, and what is the correct way and this and that. And that's not going to happen unless we turn around and do what we must do. So I'm warning you, this is what's going to happen to us. What I'm saying to now is this, that there's millions of dollars being spent, millions of dollars being spent by the Western world and some of the Eastern world and some of the Northern world and the Southern world to destroy Islam. If not destroy it, is to take its teeth out, to take the strong things out of Islam, to make it a spiritual worshiping way of life, where there's no physical responsibilities that we have to carrying on the deen. That's what they're trying to do. And not only are these people non-Muslim, but some of them are Muslim themselves, supposed to be Muslims themselves. Some of them took shahadas, some of them was born into Islam, some of them go back hundreds of years in their families. They're trying to control Islam, and they've been doing a good job of it for 1,400 years, controlling the deen. Now it's time for them to it's time for us Muslims, the worshippers, the followers, the devout Muslims to work on straightening out our deen, to find the imams that's able to do what Allah tells them to do. The imams that have no desires in mind except to serve God, Allah. And that can't happen in one day. That takes time. We must make plans for the next 50, 60, 20, 30 years. Even though we know, even though we understand that we might not be here a week, 2 days. The earth might be destroyed in a minute. Two meteors can destroy the earth in a minute. Can come down, fly down here, fly into the earth, and do that, and bring on the thing that happened with the dinosaurs. And that can happen. But like I said, say if it doesn't happen, and all we're doing is really getting warnings, then let's begin to turn around and work to put together a group that's going to be what was the word for it now? It's going to be the example for the deen. We must put together a group of people that's going to stand up and be the example for all the Muslims, with a correct masjid, with the right things going on in the masjid that would be beneficial to the deen, to Islam, the membership, the brothers and sisters that follow it. And the good people that's up on earth, that's not Muslims, but not Christians, but good people of the earth. They should be protected right here. That's not stealing. That's not cheating. That's not lying. That's not committing adultery. It's not doing these things that everybody's doing on this earth today. It done got so on the earth today that, like I said all these times, democracy and the democratic system that made things that was wrong right, that was sins right, that was violators of all religions, not violations any longer. Peace turning to be something else. Ministers and priests going to bed with kids, boys, 8, 9 years old, all this. And not going to bed, and they're not doing this in secret. Like, it's like they're walking down the street holding hands together, taking them to baseball games. They call it Big Brothers and all that kind of stuff. Boy Scout masters, Boy Scout ministers. So it's time for us to do something about it. And I'm not worried about doing something about it in Christianity and all that. I'm worried about doing something about it in our own groups, Islam. This is what I'm worried about. This is what I want to do. It's time for us to do our part. And it's time for the ones other people do their part, but it's time for us to do our part. Like I said, Allah said the Christians and the Jews and all them are protected one of another. And if we don't do the same thing, protect ourselves, there's going to be much mischief on the earth. And that's what's happening to us. We're not taking care of one another. And we got all this stuff going on. We got people got killed in Egypt, Ethiopia, Thailand, Indonesia, Yemen, all over the world. Our Muslim brothers are killing each other. If they're not killing each other, they're setting each other up to be killed. So I think it's time for us to get together here and do what we must do. I know there's not many people. I don't have 100 and something thousand or a million people looking at my program, this program. And I can understand that. Because what I'm talking about is work. What I'm talking about is dropping the me stuff and pick up the we. You can't have a part-time religion. You can't have, today I'm going to serve my way of life, and tomorrow I'm going to do something else. So I'm going to give Thursday to Islam, and Tuesday and Friday to something else. I'm going to go to Juma Friday, and Saturday I'm not going to mess with it in Islam. I'm just going to do baseball games and stuff like that. Well, you might could do some of that like that if you're not hung up with a group, like the member of an organization or religious body that's functioning as one group, that's functioning for Allah. You don't have the right any longer to go ahead and just do something for yourself and don't do it for Allah. Because you don't own you no more. When you said, La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah, you gave yourself up to Allah. When you bear witness to the angels and the books and the emir and the imams and all that, you gave up yourself. When you made the bayat to Allah, you gave up yourself. And you gave up the right to say, I want to do, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I desire this and I desire that. Because like it's written in the books, when the desires into the hearts of the Muslims, him or her, so does the devil. So does the devil. And so does shirk. You might not understand that, and you might not want to accept that. But if you're serving yourself equal to serving the law, you're serving your desires equal to serving the law's desires, then you're worshiping and putting non-worship things equal to God, Allah. And that's called shirk. You can call it minor shirk, you can call it major shirk, but that's shirk. Whether you admit it or not, but that's what it is. When you turn around and try to serve your desires over top of the law's thing, and serve a law's thing and your thing at the same time, that's shirk. When you're part of a group, and you're in that group, and you're going out there to get something for the group, and get something for Allah, and the Imam, and the Islam, You can't go to somebody and say, look, I'm here to represent our mosque is so-and-so, so-and-so, and I'm here to get some money to open up to get some stamps and stuff for the mosque and mail out things, and to get some ink for the computer. And by the way, can you lend me $500 for myself? You can't put yourself on an equal level like that. That's not right. There's many brothers and sisters doing that today. And many of them are saying, well, I'm going to do Islamic business Friday, and I'm going to do my business Saturday and Sunday. I got too many persons. You can't do that. "24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, but you belong to Allah. And you got to ask His permission and let Him know what you want to do. You can't use His thing to get your thing. And this is what brothers and sisters are doing today. I know many of them that's doing that. And then another thing, you can have people of non-Islamic faith helping you or doing something for you, but you can't put them down. And let's leave that alone. Let me leave that alone right now. Let me stay with the theme I'm on. And that is to prepare yourself and get yourself ready to protect your deen. The other day I was looking at a show. I was looking at the news, matter of fact. I was looking at the thing that's happening in the Congo, which is Kenya. And the news was talking about different brothers talking about terrorism, different people talking about terrorism. And they had 2 television people on there that they was asking questions about terrorism from. One of them was the news reporter, and the other one was a show person doing a show on HBO. One of them is an acknowledged homosexual that's talking about how wrong the Islam is, what he reads in Islam as a threat to mankind. And the other one is a known, what do you call it, a known non-religious person. That's not, I can forget the name, pronounce the word, but he's a known person cussing, saying things that times you couldn't say these things years ago, that you get locked up for it and all that kind of stuff, saying things that's nasty and all that. He also is talking about, he can't read Arabic, but in the English that he read in the Quran, it's a killing religion, way of life. But I just want you to see the people that's talking against you, against this, against us. These people in any other in the Islamic system wouldn't be able to exist. And this is true. We could not tolerate what they're doing in the Islamic system. We don't accept open homosexuality. We don't accept paganism. And devil worship and all the rock, all the nasty talking things that's on the TV. We don't accept that. But brothers are trying to get the democracy and the democratic system into Islam. Once you get the democratic system into Islam, you're going to bring the rest of it with it. You're going to bring the things that make wrong right and right wrong in the society. And this is all that's being done. You got people now, at one time, homosexuality used to be a mental condition. And it is something of a mental condition. Do you think it's right for a man to have sex with another man and as if he's having sex with a woman? Or play the role as if he's a woman? Well, today they got two men playing the role with each other that they're both women and men at the same time. And the parts of the body that they have, it's not parts where something's supposed to be going into it other than nothing. Supposed to be going up in there. It's a waste center. It's like you going down the street and there's a small sewer outlet from the sewer dumping into the river or dumping into a cesspool or whatever, and you put your private parts into the cesspool, that little pipe. That's what that was made for, to bring garbage out, and you're putting stuff in. That's not what I'm saying to you. Yes, there's men that have female tendencies. It's a lot of them that was raised around a bunch of females that have female desires. The body's made up of two people, a woman and a man. And by being made up of a woman and a man, they're going to have the feelings of a woman and a man within it. This is why the law said how to treat that. But he didn't say treat everyone that way, that was that way. He said if they violate the law, and you can catch them violating the law, then they're supposed to be dealt with. And in the Quran and the Hadith, the Quran says not to kill them, but to lock them up. And if both of them return and come out and both of them repent that sin, and the law finds a way to bring them out of what they did, then forgive them. But then when they come back out and they repeat the act again, then one of them must be taken away and executed. Straight up. This is Islamic law. You used to have laws here in this society here, sodomy. All them different laws. And they turned around and made somebody that enjoyed being sick. No longer sick. It was a normal thing now. God created this normal gay person. It was created, it's born this way, and it's supposed to do the things that he's doing. And this is what it's at, stand up against us. This kind of thinking, this is the kind of thinking that stand up against us. And and believe me, if I was a bad guy like that, I would stand up against me also. Even if if I was right, and still stand up against me also. Because I'm in the dark world, and I want to stay in the dark world. I'm enjoying the dark world. So I'm going to protect the dark world. So I can understand them fighting against us. I can understand the politician that's getting big money from the gun control people, every to run for election. And here he's being threatened with Islam coming and taking over the government or something. That's what he's thinking the next 500 years. He's not going to be here if it happens. Get rid of them. Get rid of the Muslim. Take the Muslim out of politics. Let's not make the Muslim like the church, separation of church and state. Let's make it the same way. Let's vote on it and make it different. That's what they're trying to do. And a lot of us are trying to help them. This is what kills me. A lot of us are trying to help them because we want to do this. We want to be part of this. We want to function in that kind of world. We don't want to be controlled by Islam and whatnot. We want to go ahead and function as that way. But now we're being attacked. And people are telling us, oh, I'm not attacking Islam. I'm attacking the terrorists. But didn't they understand that the terrorists, even though they were Muslims or whatnot, and they hypocrites or whatever, or rebellious in Islam, so was Jesse James. So was Dillinger. So was the Godfather and all them other people, the gangsters. So was Italian mafioso. The ones that was in Italy with the shotguns. They're always doing this and going by the church. They give big money to the church. Matter of fact, the first popes, not the first pope, the first popes of Europe came from crooked families. People that stole things and were crooked. It's so messed up today, they even make pictures about it. They make pictures of this. They put it down as good history. But this is what's happening. I'm trying to tell you something. And you steady want to be, you don't want to hear the truth in Islam. You want to hear, you want to deal. There's some of you have never even opened up a hadith. I got people say they don't believe in the hadith. They don't want to read the hadiths. Why do you think they don't want to read the hadiths? Because the hadith is where the Sharia and the restrained laws are in. I'm trying to tell you that. It's in them books. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Rahmanir rahim, maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.